Yay!
Yo,
Hooray! Oh, mate, it's no good.
shit, Rokk.
Oh, it's gone again. It fell off. Oh, my God, but it fell off, mate. How are you, buddy?
I am doing great, my friend. Just gaming and
Oh,
yeah.
oh, was that you checking on the audio there?
Yes, I was,
Oh,
and
good.
we're
I just
good.
want to
We're
make sure it
good.
wasn't me.
No, no, we're good. We're good.
How's your week been? Have you been gaming in the capital G?
Yeah. So I was really excited about GeForce and Blizzard having StarCraft 2. So I actually started a campaign. I streamed. I had a fun time. Fun time playing that game. I can't stop.
Because do you have to own it, or is it part of?
No, it's free.
Oh wow! What, free for
Free.
anybody, or just free if
So,
you've got
so
a Game
you
Pass?
go you go to bat no you go to BattleNet.
What?
Go to BattleNet. Get
Yeah,
your BattleNet account, which I've always had a BattleNet account,
yeah.
and it's right there free. I bought the game. I mean, I have a box, but
Yeah.
my PC, doesn't have a disk drive, and so so it was really cool to just go in and
Wow.
play it on the cloud. Hey Neil, hey Rockmer.
Oh, chuckle me, Pink. Thanks, Rockmouth. How are you, Neil? Good to see you, my friend. Hope you had a good birthday. Was it last weekend or the weekend before? Yeah, this
Last
was it
week,
last weekend.
40. Yeah,
Amazing, amazing.
40
I
Thursday, last
StarCraft.
Thursday.
I'm gonna have to have a look at it again. I'm trying to think the last time I played it. If ever, actually, when I think about it, maybe I never did play it. I should do, because, well, I finished 2 games this week.
Ooh.
I completed Miasma Chronicles. It's Miasma, which I absolutely enjoyed. I loved it to pieces. And and then I went back because I realised that Mutant Zero Road to Eden,
Mhm.
which was a game I'd started playing a long time ago and got so far and couldn't progress it. So I abandoned it. But I realized it was by the same people that did Miasma Chronicles, the Bearded Lady Consulting, as they're fully known, the Swedish bunch. So I thought, I'll go back. And now I've finished Miasma and I really enjoyed it. I'm going to go back and see if I can finish it. It was just as tough, Ray. Just as tough. So I reverted to mods and got through it a treat and loved it.
Nice,
So
nice,
sometimes
nice.
the old mods, mate, you got no choice, have you?
Yeah, I mean, I had to do that with No Rest for the Wicked. That game
Yeah.
is just too freaking hard. But then after, you're right, swinging and chopping and slicing, it's like.
Yeah. I know it
But
gets a bit boring then, doesn't it? You
so
can't
so
win.
I so I'm going. I leveled my character, but I'm not going to use God mode or anything like that.
Right.
I'm going to try and play through with
I think
me
that's
level.
fair. Yeah, no, I
Yeah,
think that's fair. I mean, with it's interesting actually because with Mutant Zero with mods on, there were
hmm
actually it actually caused some issues during the play. At one point, it meant I had to go back about a couple of hours worth of saves to start that, but that was okay. But yeah, it was good fun. There's still a little bit more that I want to finish off in the game, but the main campaign's completed. And now I guess I've got to go back to Baldur's Gate 3 because I'm only halfway through and I'm really into tactical gaming at the moment, so I think I need to get that one done.
I never beat it single, but I did play with my mates and we beat it, and
Whatever
it's
gets it done.
an amazing ending, amazing game,
Is it?
amazing.
Oh, good. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah, it is. I mean, you know how many years they were working on it. There's so
all the
much.
awards. I think for every person that gave out a gaming award, it cleared house. It got everything. So
Wow. Yeah,
yeah.
amazing, amazing stuff. Caseball says, he's right in there, mate. Look at this. Right, he says, let's get the elephant out of the room. Jedi, what is EA's problem with GFN? Who knows, Caseball? Who knows? I mean, we genuinely don't know. I mean, although we're GeForce Now ambassadors, we do not have a Scooby-Doo about what's going on behind the scenes, what agreements are in place, what games are
Right.
being ported. For all we know, it may be absolutely ready to go, but
Right.
for whatever reason, they've decided not to. The month is young, Ray, is it not? as we
It
say.
is.
The
Yeah.
month is young. Who knows?
Yeah. I couldn't there was Chivalry 2. I couldn't play Chivalry 2 on
Oh,
GFN.
yes, that's right.
And I was like,
Yeah.
no. I
And
wanted
same
to
for Wicked as well. Wicked wouldn't
Yeah,
work initially on there.
but there's always optimizations
Hmm.
and upgrades and publishers and them and all this stuff. So hopefully, um, we'll get something. We'll get something fixed or stuff. But what I do is sometimes I'll just send a message to my GFN rep, or I'll just go in the Discord and, hey, you guys know what's going on with this game? Any updates on what's gonna be? And then sometimes I'll get a response. So we'll see. What's up, Geek to Sneak? Hey
Keep to
yo,
sneak.
hey yo.
Yeah, but other than that, though, I mean, that's actually been me. That's pretty much been my gaming experience this week, Ray. And I guess you've been doing a little bit of Marvel Snap in between.
Marvel Snap, StarCraft 2, and I picked up another card game. I've got addicted to another card. This cards game's been around, but it's WWE wrestling, and believe it or not, it's on Google Play on my PC.
Ha! No way! Wow.
So I've been playing that. Where basically it's a
Similar game.
no, not similar, but it's a card game, and you have wrestlers. You got all these cards you're trying to collect and stuff. And I am a wrestling fan. I love wrestling. So yeah, I've been playing that Macho Madness.
Macho Man. As it turns out, because Geeks asked us, so he hasn't asked anything, but he's mentioned Steam Deck. We've got some Steam Deck news coming up. What we're going to do today, guys, we normally start with the GeForce Now Thursday blog, and we run through their games. And what we decided to do is to do that last today, because there's loads. It's the beginning of May. They got loads of stuff coming up for May and lots of news. So we're going to start with the other cloud news to begin with, and then we can work our way to it, because we've got some other cloud news today, which is good, because it's what we love, isn't it, my friend? It's what we love.
Yes, it is.
So shall we fire up the screen as such? Here we go. We're going to start with Epic Games. 2 Epic Games free on Epic Games today as well. I've claimed them both. I did it before we came live. Let's start with Cat Quest, which, don't chuckle, this looks really good. It's an open world RPG, a bit like there's sort of this looking kind of RPG, which I'll tell you, the one I was thinking of, and it's gone out of my head. Oh, why have I got the word ocean in my head? Anyway, I actually really like the look of this.
Those are like the classic RPG games we used to play, like in the 80s, the 90s, like kind of like retro top down, but very colorful and bright graphics. Right.
Hello, Crystal. Hello, hiya. I totally agree. And any road up, it is free. And let's have a look. We've got some screens here. So yeah, you got your characters. You wander around the world, doing all the RPG kind of tasks, solving puzzles and quests, and finding loot and progressing, and all the things you'd expect to do in an open world action RPG. It's a fantasy realm of cats and dogs. I had my eyes tested earlier, Ray. And the good news is, very clean bill of health, perfect eyes, all did the whole proper 3D. It's amazing. They've got this thing, and it takes an X-ray of your eye, and they can look at the back of it, and it does all these graphs. Anyway, that was all good. And she was telling me she's got 4 rescue dogs, and this was the optometrist, whatever they're called, and she said only go on social to check out the dogs. That's so sweet. So that's the kind of game she would like, isn't it? I reckon. Cat Quest 2D open world RPG. Sorry, Ray, you were going to say something, my friend.
No. I thought you was moving on to the next game, but we'll go through this.
I'm going to go to the next one right now, because we got a jam-packed show. Orcs Must Die 3, no less, not even 1. Orcs Must Die 3. Now,
shout out to Kevin. When this was on Stadia, me and Kevin used to play this game a lot.
It was. I mean, was it Orcs Must Die 3 that was on Stadia?
Yeah, I think it
Yeah,
was Yeah, it was this one where the traps and everything. Yeah,
yeah.
this is a very fun game. Very fun game.
It was a real huge game on Stadia, wasn't it? I don't know. Was it a game of the month with Stadia? It was one of their top monthly
Yeah,
games giveaway, wasn't
yeah.
it?
The twos.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's right. What was that called again? This
the
week on
twos.
Stadia.
Me and Kevin. Oh my god, man! We used to play this. This is when it probably right under Red Dead. This is one of me and Kevin's favorite games to play.
Wow, it was
Yeah,
exclusive, says Rockmouth.
yeah, yeah.
Wowza. Wowza. But yeah, no, we used to look forward to that once a month. Bless us in those days, mate. Bless us. Bless us. But yes, no, it's a great game. And I think you were mentioning it was about $40 what
Well,
was
$30 right now, and it's
$30?
free. It's free,
Yeah.
guys. Free. I
Yeah.
mean, I lost. Hey, I had the game, and when Stadia shut down, I lost the game. Now I got it back,
Oh,
and I think it's also on Game Pass. You can also play it on Game Pass, but uh, this is awesome, and we will mention this game later on in the
yeah.
show.
Yeah, yeah.
Later on in the
But it
show.
is great fun, and you have to set, the orcs are coming, and you've got to set all the traps up and try and take out as many of them as you can before they get to your boss base. It's typical stuff, but it's such good fun and great to play with friends. It's a co-op, isn't it?
Oh, to strategize, me and Kevin, we would strategize, putting traps down, and yeah, that's the fun part. Putting it so basically,
Yeah.
you get a chance to put your traps down, and then it's all go, and then the orcs just horde and run in, and hopefully they'll run into your traps, and you can get as many as you can. So awesome game.
Absolutely brilliant. Brilliant. So claim it now. You've got until the 9th of May. So by obviously next Wednesday. So get that one and get Cat Quest into your libraries. Absolutely fantastic. Great games this week. Next week, they've got Circus Electrique, which I have played. And actually, it's a weird but really, really fun game. And Firestone. Circus Electrique is a very interesting little RPG and definitely worth checking out. It is an odd looking game, but it's fun. It's really fun.
What is it? Happy Few is what this game reminds me of.
The hand drawn, that kind of, yeah.
The Happy Few. That was
It's a great
kind of
game.
like 60. That was kind of like the 60s UK scene, like London scene in the 60s.
Which one am I? I was thinking of the World War One.
No, this is the Happy Few. The Happy Few.
Oh,
And it was by Expulsion, and I think they
okay.
Xbox had signed them, took over, or they went to Xbox. Awesome game.
I was thinking of the one.
You had to take your drugs. You remember they had to get you to take your pills,
Mm.
and it was like police. It was like Orson Welles. Like people were always watching you. We Happy Few. Thank you, Neil. We Happy Few. Thank you, Neil.
Oh, but this is coming up next week. It's got a kind of card-based thing going on, Ray, so you might enjoy that one. And also Firestone. They don't just make tires. No. 200 gems, 10 common chests, 5 uncommon chests, 10 wooden chests, lots of things, lots of chests. This is actually a limited time $100 value. I think this is an addition to an existing game. Not sure. I'm just confused by all this stuff down here. But either way, it's an RPG sim. And here we are.
Free. Claim your free games, folks. Claim it.
Yeah, this is Firestone, which is, the kind of RPG thing. You get so many hits, they get so many hits, all that kind of malarkey.
Turn-based.
You can rewind as well, which is pretty cool. But what they are giving away next week is this. Well, I think what it is, Ray, is Firestone plus whatever the later DLC was, which I think is this. We'll see next week. But this comes with some other stuff. I've done my research. What are you saying in the back there? Anyway, that's Epic Games. That's Epic. They're all coming up. Moving swiftly on, I got an email from Utomic. Remember Utomic, Ray?
Of course, I have Utomic on my television.
There you go. There you go. Well, they have just announced that following from their highly successful Peppa Pig deal, obviously with Outright Games, they have now also got a range of more games from Outright, including Paw Patrol Grand Prix, which is really cool. So the thing with Utomic is that you can do a 2-week trial. So if you want to check it out, if you want to give it a little go, see if it's for you, then you can. And of course, if it's not for you, then just cancel it. But certainly well worth it. And they are adding some quite useful games. They're going down the family route. And we've said before, you know, if you just want a nicely curated set of very safe games that you can, you know, jump in and play yourself, or just tie it down to the kids because they've got family locks and things, so that you can't have your little ones accidentally going into Metro 23, for example, which is certainly not a kid-friendly game.
No, but Ice Age
definitely is. In fact,
Yes.
It's a really fun game as well. Another outright game. So they've got a big old deal going down with Outright. So clearly, KO the Kangaroos on there. That's another really good game. So if you want to get some, if you want to look at Utomic, particularly as I've said, if you want a curated library, you don't have to worry about what's coming up. You're not particularly worried about the latest games.
That was the first game I played on Utomic.
Which one?
Devil's Hunt.
Oh, this one.
Yes, that's a retro. That's like a classic game, but I played that.
Awesome. Yeah, no, good. I mean, it's a good little service. And they have got a load of stuff. I mean, look at this. 245 puzzle games, 683 casual games, 66 anime titles, loads of stuff. So definitely check them out. And of course, we've said this before, with their subscription, with their model, you can either have the, I think it's £4.49 and just the access to their PC games, which you have to install. Or for just a couple of pounds more, you get TV and mobile as well. So you've suddenly got access to the cloud, and also, as you rightly said, Ray, their TV app. So you've got all that stuff going on as well. Why does Rokk look different? It's not Rokk today. It's his very young brother, Rocco. So yeah, there you go. There's a bit of Utomic news for you. Quickly and swiftly moving on. This is really interesting. I didn't know this, Ray. I'm sure you did. But next year at Universal Studios, they're opening a Super Nintendo World area. Wow! How cool is that? So they have announced that it's going to have Yoshi and Donkey Kong rides, plus tons more Mario stuff, Super Mario Land, Donkey Kong Country. How cool is this?
So I wish it was over here in LA, because we go to Universal Studios down in LA, man. But hey, Nicole's been talking about doing a East Coast trip. So
wow. Of course, they're losing their Marvel franchise. This is probably what this is all about, isn't it? Because they've had Marvel for quite some time, but obviously that's now shuffling over to Disney, and they've had to replace it with something. I think Nintendo's a safe bet because one goes back forever, doesn't it? You know, I mean, dads, granddads, and their kids can all go there and appreciate Nintendo because they've all, you know what I mean?
Exactly. And they got a Nintendo. I mean, they got a new Nintendo coming out, so the younger generation is going to keep playing Nintendo, and people like us remember Nintendo. I can appreciate it. Yep.
Absolutely. And of course, we've got the Switch 2 coming out early next year, the next generation of hardware with a whole range of new games. I was talking just the other day to a developer that's working on games for the Switch 2. He said it's so smooth, so smooth. It's going to be an amazing piece of kit.
I can't wait.
It's going to be Xbox Series S quality, potentially even X with all of the optimization and stuff. So, you know, you're going to be able to literally on your Switch play top end next gen console quality stuff, as well as all your older games as well, of course. But you can go to Super Nintendo land. I love this. I love the idea. I mean, as I've said, they had to do something because all that Marvel stuff's come to an end for them now. So they're going to replace all that. They did actually show at the very beginning, here you go, which is worth having a little peep. Now, obviously, Harry Potter, although, you know what, I think that's got a shelf life, Ray. I'm not sure for how much longer that's going to be. Maybe another 10 years, who knows?
Hey, I know my kids, man. We had so much fun when we went to the one in LA. Amazing place. Amazing.
There's in London, North London, Watford, where they filmed the all the Harry Potter movies. Huge studios. They turned the studios into it's not really a theme park, but it's a bit like when you've gone, Ray, when you went to see the Friends. What was it? Universal. What was the the film, the TV studios that you went to see the Batman and the Friends?
Warner Brothers. Brothers.
Right.
Yeah.
So the same thing, because it's Warner Brothers. So they've done a Warner Brothers in North London, but it's all Harry Potter. So all the sets and everything, and that is amazing, mate. I've done this one as well, but that one we especially loved. Funny enough, my daughter's just applied for a job there as well.
Oh, well,
so,
I hope,
wow. Fingers crossed. How to Train Your Dragon as an area. Interesting. I've never actually I'm aware of the animations. They're quite big. And I think didn't they do a TV show as well?
It was really big. Cute little dragon, little baby dragon. Yeah.
But big enough a brand to, to stand up against Harry Potter and I don't know. I mean, why don't they? I don't know what Universal. What else have Universal got? I suppose. I mean, Celestial Park.
It depends on the rides and what they have. So I've seen some stuff like, Nicole, I don't want to go here, man. It's probably going to be a stupid exhibit, and then I'm just whoa, blown away. Yeah,
fair enough.
Blown away.
What is Celestial Park, Gray? Do you reckon, is that as an IP, or is it just the sort of magic area that they're creating?
I think that's a magic area. Okay. Magic area.
And let me see. Phoenix says never mind Nintendo. I'm excited for the Dark Universe Park What's Dark Universe? I mean, I see it up here in the corner. Is that because I'm not as in touch with the kids as I used to be. Just before the police came. What is it? What's Dark Universe? Is that like a show or is it a cartoon? What the heck is it, Ray?
Honestly, there's only 3 things on here, I'm being honest, that I'm familiar with, and the other 2 I don't know. No. I'll do some research.
No, I agree. Well, Phoenix knows. This is what's interesting. She seems to be well up for that dark.
She says the Mummy, Dracula, the old school Hammer horror type.
Oh, I love all that stuff. Well, yeah, man, the Bela Lugosi and the okay. Imagine that. Dark Universe. Well, I'll be up for that for sure. Celestial Park, mind you, no idea. So yeah, 3 of them. Nintendo World's going to be. I think that's going to be a big draw for them. I think that's potentially. I mean, I know Marvel's massive, although I think Disney may have rung it a bit too much now. But I think Nintendo World could be, and such a family thing as well. Anybody can enjoy that, can't they?
You know what? I like sitting in the raft, and I noticed they got like a pool area. I just like sitting in the raft and just going circles, just sitting there, floating on the raft, relaxing.
I know what you mean. The lazy river.
Yes,
I love the lazy. That's the only when my family when we go away, and they always want to go to a water park, right? And I hate them. I've talked before about how I gave myself an enema. I can't be doing with it, right? But coming down that thing, it was like, oh no, where's that water going? Oh, anyway, they'll do the whole park, and I'm like you, I'm just on the lazy river. Just sit on the little rubber donut thing, and make my way around and watch the sun. That's it. That's also
I just the slides. I mean, I remember going down a slide, and then when I was I got up, turned around, some kid's toe went in my nose because he came sliding down right behind me, and I'm just like, oh
wow. I do. There's some weird stuff. I mean, I'm not going to go there, but I do remember where my youngest, when she was very little, where her foot went. Some poor lady, which it was the funniest thing I've ever seen. But we won't go there.
Yeah,
leave that to imagination.
I retired when I got stuck in the middle of the tube, and I was like, help, help, help.
It's hard, mate. It's hard when you get to our age, trying to crawl out from these things. It's all right for the kids. Anyway, this one, Nintendo, according to this, Nintendo World is Super Nintendo World, sorry, opening next year. So definitely interesting. I don't know that I'm going to go back. I'm going to be honest with you, Ray. I'm not sure that we'll go back to Florida. I've done it about 4 times, I think. And I don't know. There's so much more of the world that I want to see. We've also done Disney in LA as well. But I'm kind of feeling like I want to. If I'm going to go back to the States, I definitely want to do more of the East Coast. I know Florida is technically East Coast, but up around New York and up around. I want to do more, and maybe some of the Midwest as well. So I doubt I'll ever go and see Super Nintendo World, but you never say never, mate. You know what I mean? Never say never. Our friends at Cloud Dosage, whom we love, and they love us, they have some great news as well. We're going to come on to the GeForce Now stuff in a second, but interestingly, Xbox, according to Cloud Dosage, are rolling out cloud gaming storage management. Now, I think the only thing that I can relate to this is if you've got a PlayStation and you know that all of your saves can be uploaded from the PlayStation to the cloud, and and they're there forever. If you want, as long as you don't fill up all your space. So if you delete the game and then you reinstall it, you can pull it down from the cloud. I think that's what's going on here. The Xbox have got their version, and more important, they'd always save them anyway, but now you can manage them. That's the key. So you can delete them if you don't need them anymore and all that kind of stuff, which is good. This is at the moment only available to Xbox Insiders, which is an option that you can, if you may or may not want to do, but if you want to get access to betas and alphas and tests and stuff, you can join that free within the Xbox. And then it tells you at Cloud Dosage how you can get that, which is definitely. So within the cloud gaming storage menu, you can resync game saves with Xbox Network to ensure synchronization, permanently delete them. So, they're only going to give you a finite amount of space, so it might be quite useful to delete that. And delete reserved space, etc. So it's good for me, it's really good to see Xbox are still investing in the concept of cloud, Ray. They're still loving that as it goes.
There's a lot of people that I use the cloud. I use the X Cloud a lot.
Yeah, me too. Well, I don't know about you, Ray. If a new game, most games that are released on Game Pass, if there's a cloud option, that's the first place I go. I want to try it out first in the cloud.
Right.
And if I think it's going to benefit from being on my machine locally, I might install it. But quite honestly, these days, you can't notice the difference. They've got their act together.
Yeah, I do the same thing. I thumb down or thumb I do the same thing. If I want to fill up my hard drive, then I will put it on.
I always find it interesting because Xbox, after about half an hour into the game, a little thing pops up and says, "Would you like to install this on your machine?" And I think, why? Why? What's the advantage? I mean, to be fair, if you're paying by the hour for your broadband, as I know some people still do in the world, not in Europe, but in other places, then I can understand that you might want to get it onto your machine so you can save your data. That makes some sense. And also, obviously, not everybody has a brilliant broadband connection, so that kind of makes sense.
No, and so graphically, if you really want to see the true, like get the true power of your console, like if I'm playing the basketball game and it's like it looks a little bit kind of lighter, but when I download it on the console, it's like, oh man, it looks excellent.
Pops, doesn't it? Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, no, I get that, and I guess that's the compression. That's all to do with trying to make it work as fast as they need it to. So they have to. Something has to give, doesn't it? But yeah,
Right.
I mean, Crystal points out that sometimes it is messed up. It largely, I think, it does depend where you are in proximity to the servers and what your broadband speed is like, and the game as well. Some games just don't love it.
It's weird because I have xCloud on my television and my game app on my TV is not that great, but it's amazing on my browser. If I play it on my PC on the browser, it works so much better than my TV. It's weird.
I mean, I tend to use my Shield TV, my GeForce Shield TV all the time, pretty much for everything. And although my TV, I love it, it is an aging LG, so it doesn't have all the options to install the apps and stuff that like you've got on your TV. That's a future purchase, and there's plenty more things I want to buy in the first place. I'm quite happy with it.
And then my wife, when she's on the other side of the bed, and she's like, "What's this?
Get this TV off me!"
No, it's the controller. It's
no!
Can you stop leaving this controller in the bed?
Whereas I go, darling. Yeah. You never know, mate. It's listen, press fast forward. Oh dear, what do we like? Amazon Luna games for May. Oh, Ray.
Yes.
I cancelled my Amazon the other day, mate.
I don't want what?
I killed it. I've had enough. I can't be doing with all these.
Honestly, me and Nicole are supposed to have a meeting because we've been looking at our bills.
Yeah.
Because inflation is killing us right now over here.
Yeah, but do you know what it is? It's not inflation, right? I'll tell you what it is, and this is a fact. So, I mean, quick 2-minute politics. 120 years ago, there was a thing called the Gilded Age, particularly in the States, but it was also in Britain. And 1% of the population owned 90% of the wealth, all right? And they could charge what they wanted, and they did. And they paid what they wanted, and they did. And it was a monopoly, and it was a terrible time. And then Teddy Roosevelt, it took a while. It was until Theodore Roosevelt brought in some antitrust laws, and he flipped it around. And ultimately, they broke those monopolies down. It encouraged smaller businesses, and there was competition, and prices came down. Well, guess what's been happening over the last 20 years, Ray? 1% of the population owns 90% of the money. It's gone back to that point. What you're experiencing is called price gouging, and it's because they're all monopolies. So Amazon now owns all the retail space. Tesla's owning all the electric cars. Walmart own all the supermarkets, and on it goes. And they can charge what they want because there's no competition. This is what we're experiencing. Of course, we're blaming our politicians. We're saying it's inflation. Well, actually, they can't do a lot about it because of the monopolies that have been allowed to grow again over the last 30 years, to be fair. Biden's doing a pretty good job of trying to break that down, although he's not doing a good job of mentioning it to people. But that is what you expect. Anyway, back to you and your meeting with Nicole.
Yeah.
Did you break there, folks?
Yeah, because we have a lot of streaming and we have a lot of gaming, and so, but I still have my Amazon Luna, still pay for it. It works great in the living room. It works great on my browser.
Amazon Luna is an amazing service, but I resent paying. I tell you what broke my camel was when they said that you can have everything you've always had, your free delivery, everything, and then you're paying for all this. Oh, by the way, we're putting adverts on, and you've got to pay another $40 a year to get rid of that. I was like, no, enough is enough. You already make more profits than any other business on the planet next to Apple. You ain't having no more of my money, and I'm not regretting it. quite honestly. I've got enough games to play. But anyway, for those, I can't help it, Ray. It's a political day today. We got a vote. We're voting in all of our councils today and our police chiefs around the country. So I've been off and I've done my vote and I'm in my political mode today. So put that to one side. Amazon in a Prime game to me looks to me like a lot of Lego stuff, which is always good. Lego Star Wars 2, The Clone Wars, and Lego Star Wars, The Complete Saga. Now, these are the games, if you have Amazon, if you have your Prime, you can play these on Amazon Luna. You don't need an Amazon Luna account. You can just go there, and if you want to know where it is, just go to your Amazon website, and it's usually there's a link in there. And then you can fire them up and play them to your heart's content. You don't need to own the games, and you don't need to have an Amazon Luna subscription, which is actually a pretty good deal. Mighty Switch Force. Phoenix, my lovely jubbly, 14 months. Look at him, he's got a beard there. Look, did you see? Oh, no, when he was a younger Rokk. Thank you so much, Phoenix, with your little cats and their little lovely faces. Mighty Switch Force Collection and the Adventure Pals. Of course, Prime members also, it says, can also enjoy Fortnite and Ubisoft games that they own, which is a pretty good deal. So yeah, if you still pay for Amazon, that's up to you. I'm protesting. I'm protesting, mate. One man protest.
I'm waiting. I think Amazon did a deal with GOG. I'm waiting. I can't wait to see what that's looking like.
Yeah, I skipped that, but you're right. It does say that here. April has been a mixed bag for coming from March, where the service announced their partnership with Good Old Games. April has only seen a handful of releases. The biggest news is related with the release of the Fallout show on Prime Video. Thanks to that, Luna users can enjoy two of the most beloved titles in their entire franchise. I saw you playing Fallout the other day, Ray.
No, that's not me.
Who was that?
Wait a minute. Fallout.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm sorry. I thought you said Fortnite.
No.
Yes.
I thought it was you.
Yeah.
I said Fortnite.
Yes, because Lucy's eyes told me to go and pick up Fortnite. Fallout, and play Fallout.
What did you think?
Ohio is an easy.
East Coast Rouster. How are you, Vet? Good to see you, my friend. I saw Vet Entertainment the other day with his 800,000 views on a short he's got over there, mate. 800,000 views. That is absolutely insane. Good on you, dude. Phoenix is sus. Still don't get. I can't go into your Discord because they all hate me. So I don't know what that means. I'm sure it means something.
I love you.
I know you love me, mate. And I love you. You know it's reciprocal as well. But yes, partnership with GOG, which basically means that you can buy games on GOG and play them through Amazon Luna, I assume. Is that how the deal goes down? I assume that's how it goes down. Cyberpunk and stuff, which is not to be sniffed at. Anyway, I think there was actually discover more from Cloud Dosage. Look at that. I'm already on their mailing list, so I
get his mailing list.
Yeah,
and it constantly, folks. These guys
absolutely
constantly.
They're on it. They are the only daily live cloud gaming news website left in the world that's worth having any kind of bookmark for, I would say.
And there's news up there, but this is like cloud, like stuff you just don't know what's going on in cloud, and that's why I love these guys. So
totally. Starfield, Ray, which I never really fell in love with it, but it's pretty good. And I do need to go back to it. But they've got another update. They had a massive update last month. And this one's going to bring 60 frames per second to the Series X. I didn't know it didn't have 60 frames per second.
No, my friend, it was 30 frames per second. Ooh. 30 frames per second.
Do you think they rolled it out too soon? Is that what we're seeing here?
I would have when you're talking about this game is going to set the bar and how they put it up on a pedestal, I probably would have just said, you know what, let's get it out when it's at 60 frames so people can see the true whatever. But you know what, hey, a lot of people loved it. I played it, you know, but I didn't think it was like set any type of bar, but I thought it was, you know, I love their stories. I love Bethesda's stories.
I think that's a really no, but I think you've made a really good point. It's a good game, no question. I love the music in it, you know, and there's some really good ideas. But you're right, they set it up as if it was going to be the biggest game of all time, with its infinite procedural planets and all that malarkey. And to me, it felt like when they launched No Man's. Whatever it was called, no man's space, no man's
No Man's Space.
What was it called?
No Man's Sky.
That was the fella. No Man's
Sky. Not No Man's Space.
Well, it was in space. But you know, when Hello Games originally announced No Man's Sky, they said it was going to be this procedural thing, and everywhere you went, there was a completely different stuff, and they got roasted over that. But in fairness to those guys, every penny they ever made in profit, they ploughed back in to free updates. And to this day, if you buy the original game, you've got masses and masses of free stuff. So, you know, they did come good in the end. But this one, yeah, didn't really hit the mark for me in the sense that it was meant to, sadly. But anyway, as you can see, loads of stuff going on with all of these. I mean, most of it, whenever there's a massive list of update stuff like this, 90% of it you didn't even notice was a problem. It was like titchy-witchy little issues that they've resolved. But, and also, I don't know if you realise this, Ray, Fallout 4 had an update the other day. I think it was 24th, 25th.
Yes, they did.
You can now play, depending where you play, actually, because not so on the version that came out with PlayStation Plus, sadly, which is the version I think I have. But everybody else, or at least Xbox and PlayStation, got an uplift, a next-gen uplift to 4K, I think, which, you know, as we've said before, it's only any good if the textures are improved at the same time. Otherwise, you just see wiffly, waffly textures at a higher resolution, which I'm sure they did. Anyway, that was that. I think, I'm just quickly, Netflix, no, that was it, I think, in terms of anything worth worrying about. I saw this was quite sad. Deliver Us Mars developer that did obviously deliver the moon and Deliver Us Mars, they've had to lay off a bunch of folk because they went to a gaming conference, GDC Gamers Conference, Game Developers Conference, with trying to pitch an idea and nobody bit. Nobody wanted to invest, so they came away having to go back and break the news to the team that
they all got delivered pink slips.
Bravo, sir! Bravo.
Honestly, it is. First of all, let me just put that. It is not fun and laugh when people lose.
You made me laugh. I can't help it.
It's not funny, but I could Deliver Us Mars. But
it's very good.
Honestly though, my prayers and my heart go out to those people.
Yeah, totally.
Not great when you lose your job. I just want to put out there. Yeah.
Interestingly, look at that. I didn't know this. CEO and managing director Cohen and Paul Dietman. So it looks like it's brothers. Well, some relationship. But yeah, really, I mean, sad because they're both brilliant games, and Deliver Us Mars did really well, I thought.
It looked great. You remember we used to play that on Stadia?
I know. I completed the Moon and the Mars. I completed both of them.
I just did the Moon.
Yeah, Mars is good. I mean, Mars is different. It's not as good. I don't think it's as good, but it is good. Moon was brilliant. I loved Moon. But yeah, I don't know. Who knows? We'll never know because sadly they've had... Personally, we're preparing a Kickstarter for our much anticipated Deliver Us Home. Ooh. One small step for Kuiken, one giant leap for Delivering Us Home. Interesting one. I suppose, I mean, they could have just called it Deliver Us Earth, couldn't they? That would have been interesting. Either way, they couldn't get the funding for it. Clearly, they hadn't or didn't feel they had enough money to invest in it themselves. Who
Right.
knows? Who knows? I'm just saying you probably can't see it very well, Ray, because it's tinted. But there is
Yeah, I see them. All
you see
the
all these
people in the
people.
back. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
just sad.
yeah.
That's real sad.
I don't know how many of those poor sausages lost their. They've got the pink slip, as you put it.
Yeah.
But anyway, we wish them well, and definitely it's a studio that I would hate to see collapse because I think they've done some really interesting stuff, and those two games in particular were good fun. I hope they also weren't bitten too much by Stadia's collapse, because I know some studios definitely got a slap, didn't they? Or they were
Do you know
working.
there's people that were working on games that still those games are not out.
So sad. Yeah, Google
Yeah.
refused to release the IP back, so they may never ever see the light of day.
Right.
Google, what do you like? I started. I think they've always been there, Ray. But the other day they just pinged at me these games on YouTube. Have you seen these YouTube games that you can play?
YouTube games. What are you talking
Yeah.
about?
I tell you what, I'll see if I can pull up a YouTube for you, mate. Hang on.
Okay. All right.
We don't
I've
wanna go-
noticed I noticed some Netflix gaming.
Yeah.
I noticed that. I noticed
Yeah, no,
noticed
Netflix definitely got some games. But you basically come down. Let me get rid of my little mate down there. There you go. YouTube playables. Look.
Ooh, okay.
All right, and then some pretty good ones. You got crosswords and duels. All your old favourites are here, Ray, but in a different form. But they're actually pretty good. Now, they're not cloud-based, I hasten to add. And I know this, I think I know this, because to test it, I turned off my broadband on the laptop and they carried on playing. Now, they could, so, I mean, in other words, they could have downloaded from the cloud on demand, but they certainly weren't running from the cloud. They've got Angry Birds, cool games.
Ooh. Okay.
But they're very quick. They're very quick. I mean, they must be quite small JavaScripty.
right. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you know the kind of thing. You got chests, all sorts. Yeah, I mean, there's loads, as you can see, and some of them, not all of them, but some of them are really good fun. And I particularly like things like the crossword because I'm old and crusty. But Bubble Pop. These are games from the old days, mate, that we used to play, didn't we, on our little mobile phones back in the day. Not this particular, but these kinds of games. You know, the sort of Candy Crush things. But they're there for free on your YouTubes, and not just on the browser either, because I think on this you have to get the yellow one, don't you? Is that the idea? On the mobile, on your mobile as well. I saw. Hello, Martin. Happy Cloud Gamers in the chat, mate. See Martin
Yes.
for a long time. Hope you're keeping well, brother.
Yes, he is.
These are just fun little time wasters, aren't they? Woohoo! Anyway, yeah, so you can play them on your phone and you can play them on your browser as well, if that's your thing. But I noticed that they're all kind of getting in on the act of the gaming now, aren't they? Martin says, and it's good to see you, my friend, I'm not sure if 60 FPS performance mode would be a smart move to do to investment in their projects. I did love No Man's Sky, day and date. Yeah, me too. So I didn't care. Now I know what you mean, Martin. I did. I played it day and date, and I completed it actually. But in those days, I didn't notice if it was 30 or 60 or 10, mate. I mean, it just wasn't a thing, was it?
But see, there is games that I like when I'm running on the planet, I do get sick, and I have to like sit. And I think it's probably because of my age. I don't know what it is because I'm like,
you feel nauseous.
When I played Far Cry 6, I got sick.
Yeah.
When I played Starfield, I got sick. So,
because I mean, you're not the only one that's ever said that.
Yeah,
others have said that as well.
And I mean, and maybe I don't know. I can only play for so long, but I do get sick. Now I do play 30 frames per second. I play Gotham Knights. I played lots of games that are 30 frames. I don't know if it was something that they did or something, but I did. I get sick. Yeah,
I don't like motion blur. You know, they often when they put that in, that can be a bit what's going on?
Right.
I was getting that in Mutant Zero, playing that earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I think in a lot of the older games, so that they, because otherwise when they spin, it's such a load on the GPU
Mm-hmm.
to have to process that in double quick time that they blur it all out. They use motion blur, and
Right.
that can feel a bit weird. I think that can have that kind of an effect.
I don't know.
So
I know GameStop used to sell these like bracelets that had magnets. So if you played like
really,
VR, yeah, if you played like
did they
VR,
work?
I put it on. I still felt
Yeah, I think that's a bit of a, what do they call it, a placebo, don't they?
yes.
A
Mm-hmm.
placebo,
Mm-hmm.
ID at Xbox announces even more games. So this is the the indie development showcase. There were loads of stuff coming up that's going to be coming to Game Pass, which is great. Great to see Xbox and Microsoft investing in independent studios. So that's really good. That was then. Now, very not quickly, because it's last but not least time. We've still got one other massive feature to come, and
Mm-hmm.
that's the GeForce Now Thursday blog post.
24 amazing games this month. Amazing.
Amazing. And of course, as per April, there will always be a load that they release through the month that they don't necessarily announce at the outset. So let's have a little Butcher Zook. Big news. Big news. Hellblade 2, which for me is the game of the year I've been waiting for. Loved Senua, the first one. Hellblade 1. Loved that game. I loved what they were trying to do with it. It was one of the very first games that I remember playing that was its intention was to tackle the whole concept of mental health. And the whole game, as you know, if you ever played it, Ray, is predominantly about mental health.
Mental health.
Yeah, and they did a cracking job with that. And I know they worked with a lot of specialists and things to get it right. So we have Hellblade 2. They were bought, of course, they were bought by Microsoft. The studio was bought by Xbox, and they have had the full might of Xbox behind them to come up with this. And we've only seen some snippets, but what we've seen looks flipping amazing.
Amazing.
Absolutely.
I can't wait. It's on my list.
It's going to be coming out for free if you have Game Pass, of course, which we now know as well, hopefully day and date. It's also coming to G. Oh, there you go. Ray left and he's come back again, bless him.
Right.
We know now, because these guys are telling us, that it is going to come to GeForce Now, hopefully day and date. But imagine the power of the 4080, the massive 4080 with this game. It's going to be unbelievable. Hey, Nerds World, how are you, my friend? Good to see you. We good. Me and my man Ray is happy little clouders. That's what we is. Very, very good. Good to see you. Thank you for popping in. Really appreciate that. So that's coming up now. I think the official release date of Hellblade 2 is the 16th of May, I think, which is obviously 14 days, 2 weeks from today. So we will look for that. But yeah, and let's make our way down here a bit. It's out this week. The original one, sorry, not 2, is out this week. If you have an Xbox Game Pass, you can play it on there. Now, I only ever played it on PlayStation, I think.
You know, I would love to try it out on the cloud and see how it plays.
I mean, just the experience, because it is and was a gorgeous game. But to actually play it on the 4080, if you have the Ultimate, is going to be something else, is it not? So yeah, definitely look forward to that. That's really, really cool. Big news. They are, well, big news if you've got a Steam Deck. Today, and it's literally been released just before the show, they've released a new instant, quick, very easy to install GeForce Now on your Steam Deck. Beforehand, it was a bit messing about and stuff. But now it's got a really easy peasy way to install on a Steam Deck. So that's going to be good. So much better native control of playing. And that brings us back to Geek to Sneak saying very early on about he's just been out and bought himself Wicked. No Rest for the No Man for the whatever it's called, and I was going to
No rest for the wicked.
now you can no Woman for the Wicked, so you can now play on your Steam Deck with GeForce Now, and how cool is that? So the beauty of this, I mean, people often say, well, would you want to play cloud on your Steam Deck or your Asus ROG or whatever, Logitech? Because you're playing it as if it's a massive 4080 gaming rig. You're not restricted to having to set the graphics to the lowest settings or take the res down on the screen or anything. You can just you're just playing it maxed out, and it's unbelievable. I used to play GeForce Now on my Steam Deck all the time. I don't anymore because I don't have one anymore, but I did when I did. Ray's in agreement, but he's in deep thought. You're in deep thought there, my friend.
Yes.
So that's all good, and we're looking forward to playing that one. And there's your Steam Deck thing. Trying carefully not to just read it. May games be with you. May new games. Foundry is a game that looks pretty good.
That looks amazing. What is that, like a mech game? Robots?
Yeah, I think so. I tell you what we'll do, my friend. We'll do our usual. We'll cherry pick, but we'll have a look through on these and see what we think. So we know all about Senua's Sacrifice, and the good news is that's you can play that if you've got Game Pass. You can play that right now if you have Game Pass. That's really cool. Stormgate closed beta, which you've got to sign up for, and that was from April 30th. So let's have a little butchers at that. Here's your Stormgate. Hopefully you can see that okay. It's a next-gen real-time RTS, real-time strategy game. Lots of these last week. Do you remember, Ray? We were saying last Thursday that they seem to have a real preponderance of real-time strategy games coming to GeForce Now.
I love it. I love it. I love these turn-based or real-time strategy games. Especially the top down, because these are the first games I actually played on PC, so I can dig it.
Yeah, and what was the game you were saying earlier? Stargate or
StarCraft 2.
That's one of these, isn't it?
Yeah, and Stargate is basically you get your resources. When you have your resources, you build your armies, you build your barracks, you build your compound and everything, and it's just great, and you have a certain amount of time to build. Now that's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm interested in this game.
Yeah, this is good. So this is, as you say, you have to sign up for it if you want to get early access. There is, I think there was a link. Can we go back to GeForce Now? I think they had a little link. Yeah, you go. There's a little link. If you go to blogs.nvidia.com and then look for their blog, if you're interested, you can click that and sign up for access and then play it on GeForce Now, which is freaking good. It does look good, I have to say. Yeah. And also, Ray, in a funny old way, Orcs is a bit like this as well, isn't it? As well, in the sense that you have to set the traps up and everything.
Yeah. Same kind of concept. Yeah, with the traps and stuff.
Next up, Grey Zone Warfare. Now, this has been really causing a ruckus. I know a lot of people have been really, really looking forward to this. I think I'm right in saying that Caseball has grabbed himself a bit of this and he's loving it. Okay. So if you're into, obviously, COD, etc., then this is going to be your thing. It does look, graphically, it looks stunning. It looks
great.
Yeah.
Look.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Doesn't it look good?
Yeah.
This is PvEVP and a PvE mode. So you don't have to play PvP, which is the thing that puts me off a lot of these games. So you can go in you can do co-op against bots, and so you've got all that going down. Join a private military company. Look at the graphics on this. Does this look good or what? An intense tactical first-person shooter with the emphasis on realism. So bear that in mind as well. This is a combat game. There is realism. It's not, you're going to get the blood and the guts and the stuff that you may or may not really, really want. 16,700 people have played it so far. Only came out.
Now look, you eat a can of beans. You can eat beans in the game.
Oh, there you go. That's the deal. It's a done deal. But it does look good. And there we go. It's $29.50 UK GBP, which is what, 34, 35?
Wow.
$34, $35. Maybe 1, 2. If you're not sure, check out some of the streams. I know there are loads and loads of streams at the moment. People are loving this. MMO, PvP, co-op. And if like me, because I really am not into PvP, but you don't have to be. You can just go with your buddies and shoot things. But yeah, look at that. Unbelievable. You can even see the rotor, you know, that little flicker at the top of the rotor blades of the helicopter.
Yeah, look at the woods. Oh my God, the lighting, through the shade on the trees.
Wow, this is the state of play these days. Imagine this. Imagine the key thing is, Ray, playing this on Unreal. Look at him eating his little cereal bar. Sorry, I'm not.
Rude Diggs. Look at Rude Diggs.
Did you see that? You're a soldier and you land in little villages and clear them out. Yeah. No, GeForce. I'm just thinking what the quality of the graphics on the GeForce Now Ultimate could be with the old 4080. Stunning. I'd definitely love to give it. I mean, I don't know whether I want to buy it, but I definitely want to give it a go. Yeah, for sure. For sure.
$30 game, and then if you want to upgrade to get enhanced stuff, another $15? Not bad.
Definitely. I might just let you buy it and watch you play it first, though, Ray. You don't mind, mate, do you?
Nope.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Getting back to the list. Let's have a look what we got next. MotoGP 24. We know what that looks like. That's the bikes, isn't it? Foundry. Right. Let's have a quick look at Foundry. Here we go, Ray.
Okay.
So early access, base building, automation, crafting. Reminds me of that game I played recently that I've forgotten the name of. In fact, it looks a lot like that game I played recently that I've forgotten the name of. Oh, I'm so bad. Build a factory optimized to perfection or an artistic masterpiece in an infinite voxel world like Roblox and stuff. Channel 3 Entertainment. This is, what are we looking at price-wise then? Similar price, actually, to Grey Zone. So you're looking at about $28, $29, something like that. I don't know what I feel about paying full price for an early access game, Ray.
Need to get more reviews on it and look at some more picks.
Yeah, but you know what? I don't know whether. I mean, could you imagine a different system whereby you pay half price for it as an early access game, and then when it's released, you pay the other half for an update, or not if you've had enough of it by that point.
Right.
Well, maybe not. Maybe not. The day before, says Callie Drew. Oh, yes. Is that what you're thinking, the day before? Which one are you thinking is like the day before? The one that was before or this one? The day before, of course, was a massive con, and we all saw that coming. I mean, you only had to dig a little bit to see where that was going.
I gave him the benefit of the doubt. I gave him the benefit of the doubt.
I know, but that's you. You're a lovely fella, and But I don't know. I saw enough of their the games they did on the Switch were absolutely abysmal, and it didn't take much to see. Ray owns a Founders copy. Do you?
No, I do not. You got
Rudiggs.
That's Rude Diggs. Rude Diggs, though. Rude Diggs, go back and play Stella Blade. Leave me alone. Go play Stella Blade.
Stella Blade. Oh dear, oh dear. Orcs Must Die, we know all about. Oh yes, Orcs Must Die is what you were saying earlier. You can claim it on Epic and play it on GeForce Now. Awesome, awesome. Indica. Just what is this? Play a third-person story-driven game set in an alternative Russia at the turn of the 20th century. No, 19th century, beg your pardon.
Look at the graphics.
Oh, look at that. I'm loving that kind of close-up camera effect where religious visions clash with harsh reality. Indica tells the story of a young nun. Do you remember that game of Jesus we saw back along? Do you remember that, Ray?
No, I'm not. Nope, nope, nope.
You do remember that,
I
Ray?
I don't
You
remember it.
do.
I
You
do
played
not.
the part of Jesus,
I
and
don't remember.
you could
Don't
do
remember that.
miracles and things.
No, don't remember.
Oh wow! Look, it's a completely different game. What the heck happens there? So it's first person, and then all of a
Right.
sudden it jumps in. It's definitely surreal. Story of a young nun sets off on a journey of self-discovery with the most unusual companion, the devil. Wow. This is a weird game, but...
It's like one of them psychological kind
Right.
of, like
What's it getting reviews? It's only had 10, but they've been positive.
mostly positive.
I mean, that's not enough to determine, but it is a game... Firstly, I don't think we're going to see it on Game Pass any day soon. I don't know that the religious stuff is... I mean, it's... Yeah, I can't see it happening, but I definitely love to give it a little look. It is a pretty looking game, but I'm not so sure on the subject matter. It depends how it's handled. I mean, they talk about it having comedy. Look at all these things. Female protagonist, yeah. Atmospheric single player.
Single player, dark
Psychedelic. Rich story. Third person puzzle. It's got
exploration.
some weird stuff going on in there. But I don't know. We'll see. Fascinating, though. I wonder if it's a Russian studio that's put it together. Odd Meter. What else have they done, if anything? No, this is their first. Oh, Sacrilith, The Archer's Tale.
It's a VR. That's a VR game.
Okay, yeah, you're right. Interesting. Not sure. We'll see on that one. If anybody's got a code, I'll be definitely keen to see that one going on, but I'm not so sure. There's a 3-hour video here. Oh, it's live. They've been playing it for 3 hours. Wow. It does look like a game I would like, but I don't know. We'll see. I'm a bit... These things are weird, aren't they? These women with their yellow halos.
Don't judge a book by its cover.
I know, mate. I know.
I mean, it looks very cold, and I feel looking at it. I'm getting like, oh my god, it looks cold. It looks scary.
Yes, it's reminding me of you got to know the woman in the game where she was the giant woman in the castle and
Talking about the tall lady.
Yeah. What was the game called? You get so old.
The Village.
Resident Evil Village. Thank you. It's reminding me of Resident Evil Village. I'm getting Resident Evil Village vibes.
Okay, I can see that. I can see that with the villagers and the snow.
The whole Russian Orthodox thing.
We just need like a werewolf or some vampires to jump out, but who knows? Maybe they are.
Who knows?
Yeah.
I mean, we know she's on a journey of self-discovery, which in and of itself for a nun isn't necessarily a good thing. But she's accompanied by the devil. I mean, that in and of itself is a weird sort of scenario.
Yes, thank you, Rockmer. She was following me on X.com.
Yeah.
We were going back and forth on Twitter.
Dimitri Shu. Yeah, no, I remember. Genuinely, I remember that going on, which is was amazing.
Right.
It would have been fun to have had a Life of Brian game. Oh, so true. So true, my friend. Sidmouth Regal Odeon down the road from us, they banned it. They weren't having none of that. The poor old Life of Brian. My dad's called Brian, which made it really bad for him in the 70s. Where are we? Very quickly, we'll move through So coming up for the whole month of May, and this is just what they can tell us about now, Ray. There's plenty more to come. Little Kitty Big City, Ships at Sea, The Rogue Prince of Persia, Men of War 2, Die by the Blade, Norland, Gestalt, Steam and Cinder, Synergy, Sunnyside, Crown Wars, The Black Prince, Capes, Colony Survival, XO1, Farmer's Life, Honkai, Star Rail, Phantom Brigade, and Supermarket Simulator. See, you could play Supermarket Simulator and set the prices to pre-inflation level. Could make you feel a bit happier, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
We're not going to look at all of these. Any of these that you would like to have a quick look at before we run on to our next and final feature?
Nope, Nothing am there? Done. Yeah, done.
You don't care about Supermarket Simulator?
I mean, is it something I would play? Yes, I would love to play it.
I don't know.
I love to play it.
Oh dear. And then see, this is the point. So they announced 19 games and then 20 more came along. So, you can never know,
Exactly.
truthfully. Some of them they're allowed. Do you think Cloud Game? Do you think Case Ball is also known as Farscape 1? Jedi Survival would be nice. It's on EA. Oh, I can assure you, if they could, they would. Right, good. That's that. We have, my friend, one final little featurette before we call it a day. We want to gear that up, and I'll get the video kicking on. All right, it's time for me to press the play. Who have we got today, Ray? Let's bring it up and have a butcher's.
It is my good friend Jim, aka Gingerhead Dad, with his wonderful son Oliver.
Oh.
And guys, Oliver does a stream, and I'm gonna hold some of them because I collect them as well. They're the Skylanders.
Ah.
I don't know if you guys remember the Skylanders.
Yeah.
But I do collect Skylanders back in the day.
You've got a massive old gaming collection of stuff. There,
I have a lot of Skylanders.
You could set up Ray's museum, I'm reckoning.
But hey, Oliver is a wonderful, wonderful kid. Okay. And his dad, Jim, is just amazing. And they do a stream. They're on Twitch, and I think they're also on YouTube. They're from Canada, and Jim is just probably one of the most nicest gentlemen. And Oliver is just amazing. So guys, Oliver right now, he's got about 49 subscribers. It doesn't take nothing to give a thumbs up and to just hit the notification and follow him and look at his adventures.
And Oliver is, as far as I'm aware, Oliver has special needs. So it's essentially, what's lovely is his dad is helping him, encouraging him to be more social and open. You couldn't just put it on mute, my friend, could you? And I don't know that it's... There you go. Sorry. So yeah, it's lovely to see that, and we need to encourage it as well. So it's a brilliant choice today, Ray, as always, my friend. So we have, it's ginger-headed. I will obviously put this in the description below as soon as the show's over. But ginger-headed, we can see why.
And once again, Jim, they're from Canada. Jim is like one of the most nicest guys. I go into other streams and I'm always bumping into him. And Oliver, I mean, he's just adorable. So you guys make sure you can support him.
All right, 100%. Thank you so much for that.
Oliver, thank you, Jim and Oliver. Thank you for your Skylanders content. You guys are amazing. And please, guys, go give this guy some thumbs up and follow him. Okay?
100%. Let's give a massive round of applause. Here we go. Woo! Totally. Absolutely brilliant. A great choice as always, Ray. Thank you, my friend. The world loves Ray's praise. I think it's up for an Oscar next year.
No.
Totally deserved. Totally. No. We've reached the end of the show, my friend. We've reached the end of the show. What have you got coming up in the wide, wonderful world of next week?
You know what? I think I'm gonna do some more StarCraft 2. I'm addicted. Marvel Snap has a new season, and I need to see what GeForce games. There was a PC game, Orcs Must Die. I want to play that with that's me and Kevin's game we used to play back in the old Stadia days. So I might give that a try. So
yeah, definitely play with Kevin. That'd be great. It'd be great to see you do a stream with Kev.
Yeah, but I do the Rock Fest on Saturday nights.
Wreck Fest, but I don't mind you calling it Rock Fest.
What, did I say Rock Fest?
I do. I love that, Brad. There's a little bit of subtle branding you sneaked in there, mate.
No, Wreck Fest. Oh my God, look, I need to drink. Still early for me, folks.
Yeah, right. Nothing wrong with a bit of Rock Fest.
What are you doing, my friend?
Ooh, well, as I've been saying the last couple of weeks, I'm knee deep in business. In fact, Ray, I've been given a little snifter. I might be getting a website. I might be building a website for a very big airport. Believe it or not,
Oh,
it's all. I was going to say it's taken off, and I didn't mean that in the jokey way, but that's all good. So a load of my time is being spent there. Obviously, I love doing our Rokk and Ray stint on a Thursday, and I'll be doing
wow.
something with the members tomorrow. But the last couple of weeks on the members, I've been live streaming. So I may be doing that again, but we'll see. And then in between, if I get the time, I will try and get some more vids up. But at the moment, it's very much
Okay.
down to TCB, as Elvis used to say on the side of his plane, taking care of
Sure.
business. And
That's
Martin
funny.
spotted a Norwegian flag. There you
Funny you
go.
mentioned the plane. Me and Nicole, we were watching the news, and in 2029, we were
Yeah.
there. They had some CEO. They're doing this Sonic plane, which you could get to from New York to London within 3 hours.
Wow. So Concorde was the last
No,
time.
this is going. This guy says he's going to be even better than the
Okay.
Concorde.
Right.
But this plane and service is not coming out until 2029.
Well, we'll see if it happens. Concorde was too small, so they could never get enough people on the aircraft to cover the cost to make it worth the while. But
This is going to be, she says, cheaper and faster.
wow.
And the
Wow.
and the
3
plane-
hours from New York to London, do you say? That would be amazing, wouldn't it? I wonder what that would cost though. That would be, because I mean it's a, what is it, an 8 hour, it's about 8 hours from London to Florida, I think. Which, you know, it's, you get a bit achy legged, don't you?
Right,
I
you
know.
never know. I'll be, hey, Rokk and
Yeah,
Ray.
mate, I would definitely venture to London, up in the smoke. I'd love to see. And one day I'll come over because I do actually. I really like San Francisco. Been there a couple of times, and but you may have moved on by the time I'm ready to come over. You might have decided to go.
You mean dead?
No, not.
Oh.
It was like, oh, I love Ray. Yeah, not passed on. No, I mean moved somewhere else.
Oh.
Yeah, mate, I didn't mean to let the cat out of the bag, but it is common knowledge. Well, poor old Ray. We knew him well. We've always got his old videos we can watch, bless him.
Somebody watch.
Somebody watch them, for God's sake. Yeah, same, dude. Oh, mate. Yeah, so other than wishing you ill, no, I've not got much else coming up. But you've got Wreckfest and Marvel Snap, and are you going to do your new World War One wrestling thing as well?
I did some Boosteroid on Sundays, and I do some GFN on Mondays.
Yeah, Family Cloud, how are you, mate? We are. You are.
Hey.
We're just going, but you can wind it back. We kept it warm for you.
Exactly.
It's all good, mate. Thank you so much. I think we ought to hand over to the Spice Girls before I get myself into even more trouble.
Yeah, and it's good to see some of the
Yeah,
happy
thank you so much. What a great audience we've had today. We're brilliant.
Joel and Family Cloud Gaming, Phoenix.
Yeah. It's good to see
Kelly.
so many of the old folk popping in. And I don't mean that.
I do want to say happy birthday, Kelly. Happy birthday, David. Happy birthday, guys. Just want to throw that out there.
Happy birthday to you. Well, let's give them a cheer. Let's give them a chant, a birthday chant. Drink. It's what you do on birthdays, isn't it? Ray, what is it with Americans? All right. I didn't see this anywhere else in the world. When I'm watching TV, like films or whatever, and there's a house party, you've all got these red cups. Why can't you just why don't you just use normal cups?
What?
Why have they got to be red?
Rokk, you come over here. I'm gonna fill your red cup. Oh, we're gonna.
Is that a promise? Woo! Hold on to your horses, missus. I'm coming over. But what's that all about? Why? I mean, we just, give people cups. What have they got to be? What's the red thing all about? Is that like the fact that you got to have your whiskey in a brown paper bag or something?
Honestly, it's all what's in that red cup, and I'm just saying it's in that red cup.
What's that all about, mate?
You know what? There's a country song. There's a country song. I'm gonna send it to you. Yep.
Does it go? You picked a fine time to leave me,
No,
Lucille.
no, no,
Oh.
no. No, it's
400 crocs and a chocolate in the field. I don't know, something like that. I don't know, mate. I'm not much into country.
Family Quiet. He gets it. It's cheap, disposable. Lends it.
Why red? They could do a white one or a clear one, which is, why is it red? It's a tradition, isn't it? It's a tradition. If you're picking up a red cup, it's probably got alcohol in it, I suppose. So you don't drink that because you're too young. You have this one instead with Peppa Pig on the side. Because I don't know, but I often have 7-year-olds at my parties.
There's a party drink also, beer pong.
Beer pong.
Yes,
it's like a Taiwanese thing, isn't it?
No.
Wait, we're going to get taken off the air quickly. Say goodbye, Ray.
Goodbye, Ray. Goodbye, everybody.
Thank you. See you later.
Have a great rest of the weekend. Bye.
See you next week. Take care, everybody.